Well, what do I think about Deebo Samuel, bro? It has to come to that resolution that all things come to an end. As much as Deebo Samuel has given us some great times in San Francisco, I just think he's run its course. And what I mean by he's run its course, bro, he's already shown what the best he can be, bro. He's already shown his true colors, that he's just all about himself instead of the team. He's already got the big amount of cap space money that we're going to pay him. So he's just all about the money at this point. This guy's not even in good shape, bro. He doesn't look like in best shape. That's crazy, bro. The guy does not look nothing like 205 pounds or something, bro. He looks like 230 or something. He looks like he eats a lot of damn barbecue chicken wings or some shit. Seriously, dude. I don't get it, man. And then you got to be so all about yourself, bro. The early part of your career was you did everything that was necessary. But now it's coming to a point to where you're just unhappy. So maybe Kyle has to listen, bro. You need to do what's best for the team. And whether you have to trade that guy, it may be for the best. At this point, we missed out on some opportunities. Last offseason, we could have maybe got a second or third round pick for Deebo Samuel. I bet you we would have got that, but we didn't do that. We botched that opportunity. And that's the sad part, man. Now you're at a decision to where you have to pay this guy huge amount of cap hit right there. So the value for this guy, what happened last season, bro, I don't know if teams are going to be willing to give us a third round pick. We'd be lucky to get a fifth round pick at this point. But even a fifth round pick, I'll take it. Because we tend to find some good players in the fifth round. We really do. So maybe in the fifth round, we can find somebody maybe as half as good as Deebo, and maybe he can contribute pretty well. And maybe that could be the case. But at this point, I take the fifth round pick. I would find a way to eat up that cap space. Because Deebo's just not for the team no more, man. The distraction is ridiculous, bro. He's that kind of girl that you would date and she just has attitude. And it comes to a point to where you're just getting fed up. That's what Deebo Samuel is. He's that kind of pretty girl that you're having a good time with, but then when she starts to complain about a lot of shit and then starts to create a lot of problems, that's where you have to come to a point where enough's enough. You got to move on. And it's at that point, man. All good times come to an end. So the Niners need to do the right thing. Even though it's too late, bro. Yeah, it's the final year of his contract, but find a team that will take him. And maybe you can work out something with that cap space. But we got to move on, man. It's going to have to start from scratch. If we're going to want another player like Deebo Samuel, you're going to have to see what you got with Jacob Cowing. You got to see what you got with him. Ricky Pearso, he kind of is our future plans. He can run some good routes at times. So he'd be pretty solid. So that wouldn't be the issue. But I think getting another receiver or two would probably make this offense better. But I think the plans going forward is we have to move on from Deebo. He's almost 30 years old. His body is broken down. He's kind of getting slower as the season goes on. And his heart for the team, it just isn't there no more. He's very unhappy. He's creating problems as it is. We don't need that. So Kyle has to have some cojones. He has to have some cojones and make a tough decision. And he might have to do it for the best. Since he's already requested a trade, it makes it even easier to do it, bro. Just have to find a way to get off the books on that cap space. But I think it's best to do it, man. It's just at a peak, bro. The bridges are pretty much at a point where it's burned, bro. What Deebo has been doing, bro, it's kind of hard for our fan base to forgive him for what he does. He's kind of been creating problems, and we're getting pretty fed up. He may have not burned bridges with the teammates, but he's definitely burned the bridges with the fan base. Because, bro, we pay so much money to support this team. We pay so much to see you play your ass off. And what we see is a guy that acts like a child, acts like a prima donna child, and complains about not getting the ball, and complains about the role, bro. You've been on this team ever since we drafted you, and you're just starting to slow down. And, you know, it's just time to go. It is what it is, man. I wish him the best of luck. I hope we just find some peace and move on with this guy. We can go draft a wide receiver we can develop and see what you got with Jacob Cowan and Ricky Pearsall. And you can go bring in a veteran wide receiver to mentor those young receivers. But Deebo, it's just at a reaching point where it has to come to an end. And it gets away from the distraction. It kind of keeps the team more about the team instead of a certain player. And Deebo's already shown his true colors. It's all about him. The money-wise and all that, he's showing the true colors, bro. And it's just time to cut ties. And it's for the best.